Dory isn't hurt. Ken Morrow.
5 goals against average. And Bill Smith for the Islanders making his 3rd consecutive start. 3-2-0, 3.77 as he has brought that goals against average down from above 5. Pat LaFontaine centers for Clark Gillies and Wayne Sutter. Harold Dinnis and Denny Potvin, the Islander defense, to open it up. That was Dinnis giving it to LaFontaine. Patrick is on defense on this right side. Laidlaw on the left side for the Rangers. As Potvin got a hit as he cleared the puck ahead. LaFontaine gets over the line, but offside as Gillies have been knocked down, forcing both skates into the Ranger zone ahead of the puck carrier. James Patrick. First hit of the game, Jay. Yes, we were talking about just prior to the game whether or not expected to watch the hit here. James Patrick gets a good piece of Potvin. See the strength of Potvin as he maintains his balance. That kind of sends a signal out that the Rangers like to be physical. Well, at least one of them anyway, James Patrick. Now Brian Trottier has come to center ice for the Islanders to take the draw against Batman, Pierre LaRouche. He hasn't scored a point, I think, it's something like 3 games for the Rangers. It's been 3 games since he scored a point. Well, he'll take this draw just outside the Ranger line. Hedberg is on the right side, and Jan Eriksson on the left side for the Rangers. As Pearson at the Islander defense cleared it. That picks it up. Very back. Being booed by the Islander crowd. Playing it around to the right side for Bossy, relayed it to Trottier. Trottier across to Janssen, he comes over center ice, good pass to Pearson on right wing, back to Trottier, comes up the middle, Trottier to Gilbert. It was too well covered. Gilbert is chased to the boards, takes a hit, the puck run loose into the center ice zone. Sundström to the left side, Eriksson gets bumped by Bossy, and there's Pearson to Bossy. Mike Bossy pulled it away from the check. Later across to the left side. Janssen had it stolen by Ristolainen, fires one, stick save by Bill Smith, and there's Janssen to clear it. Ends up inside the Ranger territory, and Laidlaw, who was just coming out, takes over. Opening minute has gone by. The Islanders forced back into their own zone. Gord Lane wearing a helmet tonight, back to pick up the puck. Lane around to the right side, the pass stolen by McPhee. Out in front as Rogers centered it, there was nobody there for the Broadway Blue Shirts. Pat Flatley over on right wing. Gave it to Gord Lane. Into center ice. Lane dumps it into the Ranger zone. Hanlon cuts it off back to the net. Hanlon gets tangled up a little with Flatley, and the puck went to the corner. The Rangers trying to clear it up the middle. Rogers goes to the left side. Hedberg checks at the blue line, and there's Brent Sutter for the Islanders, giving it to Lane. Lane pass, misses Flatley. They end up deep in the Ranger territory, and as Patrick cuts it up, we get an icing call. A minute and 56 seconds gone in this first period. No score. James Patrick. What a playoff he had last year, Jig. You remember the series against the Islanders. A lot of people think that he was the best player from either team on the ice. Well, he would rank in that category. Right in there. Here's the story on John Tonelli in his last 16 games. Well, the first 6, the puck went loose. Off to the board by Ristolainen, and now cleared out into the center ice zone. Here's LaFontaine with the puck at center ice. Gets over the Ranger blue line, tries to work in around the defense. Dave Maloney chases him back to the net. He pulls right out in front and off the stick and just wide. Rangers get it to the line, but not out. Boudelier did bring it out, then shot it back in offside, and play is called. A break in the action, 17 and a half minutes to play in the opening period. There's no score. Goes outside. That's Maloney. Look at him stretch out. Look at the nice skating. Look, he had a good chance to wrap that around. Puck slid off his stick. Now the Islanders forced back into their own zone. Janssen pass is intercepted. Eriksson centered, and LaRouche riding into Smith. Couldn't make contact with him, and he has been shaken up. Bill Smith waving to referee Myers to blow the whistle as LaRouche gets up slowly. And up comes the Ranger physiotherapist, Bob Williams, to take a look. Billy Smith making a save off Pierre LaRouche. It looked like he saved LaRouche also as the puck came through. I think LaRouche deflected it. Puck handed right to the Rangers. There's the play there. You can see the collision. Smith lifted the right knee of LaRouche. The only thing I could see was his right leg kind of go into the pads of Billy Smith, twisting a little bit. There's the pass. LaRouche falling. His right knee crashing into Billy Smith. Now, whether that's where the problem is, we'll have to wait. Look at the trainer still assisting him. The Rangers continue to be without their head trainer, Jerry Maloney, who's had a back injury since training camp. Is Bill, I understand, going to start some therapy this coming week. See how his own therapy works. Yeah. Swimming, I heard. That's what the doctor prescribed. There's the stat, 16 points in his last 12 games. I guess he's going to stay out there, although now he heads back to the bench. Ron Finn to Gilbert, then back to Pearson. Rogers riding hurt on Trache as Pearson handles the puck. The pass to Janssen. Center ice, he likes to dump it in the round back. Chasing it is Bossy on the top wing. Bossy pulls it away from the hit up to Trache to Gilbert, and he shot it off the goal post. And a good deflection, and Gilbert and Betts it into a shoving match. The puck comes to center ice for Rogers. Mike Rogers to Hedberg, and he shot it off the shin pads. And Captain Pearson. Hedberg back to the blue line. A drive, change direction as Patrick let it go. Bossy got it to Janssen, who is checked. He comes out in front, and Hedberg scores. Anders Hedberg puts the Rangers on top, and a pass from McPhee. Beautiful pass from McPhee. Hedberg. One quick motion into the lower right-hand corner, and the Rangers strike quickly. A happy New York team. Take a look. There's Bossy's drop pass to Thomas Johnson, broken up quickly by McPhee. Good alert play by McPhee. There's the pass and a quick shot, and it's into the lower right-hand corner behind Billy Smith. Let's look again. Another angle of the shot. There's McPhee as he takes the puck, strips it from Thomas Johnson. Beautiful pass right on the ice, and Hedberg completed it. Now the Islanders move in. Tonelli unable to set up. Then he popped that, and the shot from the corner off Flatley's stick was grabbed by Hanlon, and they hold up. This is Brent Sutter trying to dig it loose. Pulled it away from Patrick. Reached the blue line to Potvin. Lets one go through a screen and blocked, and then the rebound is cleared wide. Big right out in front again, and cleared by Hanlon. Tonelli to Flatley. Shoots in front of the net. They score! Brent Sutter. They answer back quickly. Good hustle by the Islander forwards. Good shot by defenseman Dennis Potvin. They kept the puck alive, finishing it off Brent Sutter with his 14th goal of the season. There's the hustle by Tonelli as he passes it. Flatley missed the shot. He had it lined up, and then Brent Sutter picked it up, wrapped it around, and put it in. Down on the ice, Hanlon. He went down to make the original play off the shot that never arrived from Pat Flatley. And Sutter grabbed it and put his 14th goal into the lower right-hand corner. That put it 4:01, and the Rangers come in over the Islander line now. Dave Maloney shot it high around the boards. There's Nystrom over on right wing. Got it to the line, but not out. Don Maloney centering attempt, put off Boudelier. And it's loose at the Ranger blue line. On the right side, it's Willie Huber. On the left, Dave Maloney. Dave Maloney to Don Maloney. Trying to play it through to Allison. He gets tied up with Bob Bourne. Allison bumped from behind by Boudelier, and Goring for the Islanders. And his pass intercepted by Don Maloney, but Bourne there to help out. Feeds it to Goring. He breaks over center ice. Across the Ranger line, gave it to Nystrom, and his shot went bouncing off Maloney. Brooks is checked in the corner. Bourne puts it out in front off the skate, and covered now by Hanlon. Getting a face-off deep in the Ranger zone. 15-13 left in the opening period. A break in the action. The score tied 1-1. That Brent Sutter just scored on a moment ago. There's the puck laying out in front. Hanlon this time gets a hold of it. Hangs on. Stop. Out with Gillies and Dwayne Sutter. Fontaine lost the draw, and there's Ruotsalainen. Rogers have taken the face-off for the Rangers. And they come to center ice. That's McPhee on left wing, dumping it around the board. Smith back to the net to knock it away from Hedberg. Now to Gillies. To LaFontaine, across to Dwayne Sutter. It bounced over his stick. Barry Beck dumps it into the center ice zone. And Pearson taps it back into the Ranger territory offside. Both these teams in action tomorrow night. The Rangers go home to play for the Islanders. As you had pointed out earlier, Diggs, with 2 games in hand. Now LaFontaine gets into the Ranger zone. Chase to the corner, gets away from Ruotsalainen, played it off the stick of Hanlon, and there's Gillies with it. Mark Gillies with the drive. Hanlon makes the glove save and holds on. Mark Gillies Usually they wait to the playoffs to start growing beard. He's decided a little early. He wants to start playoff hockey at the beginning of the year. Last year had his problems. I think last year, if I remember correctly, he didn't get his 8th goal until the 52nd game of the season.
That sounds about right. It was a long time.
And he got his 9th goal in about the 57th game of the season, something like that. And of course now he's got that many already.
The draw comes to Potvin. A shot from the point. Blocked. They score the rebound. Moving in quickly was Bossy. It's 2-1.
Surprisingly, Hanlon does not handle the rebound. I thought he'd catch that puck. It wasn't a hard drive. It was up high enough where he could get a hold of it right from the faceoff. Let's take a look. Trache wins the faceoff to Dennis Potvin. There's his shot. Now Hanlon right there. Hanlon easily could have caught the puck. He opted to put his stick and pads in front of it. The rebound dropped down and Bossy just batted it in with a backhand shot. Bossy, his 20th goal of the season, making it 2-0.
Bossy, the first player to reach the 20-goal mark this year throughout the league. And here's Trache starting out with Gilbert. Greg Gilbert at center ice. Gets over the Ranger line. Plays it back to Trache on left wing. Off the boards. Gilbert behind the net. Looks for somebody in front center. Bossy was there but couldn't hold on to the puck. Out come the Rangers. At center ice. Into the Islander zone is Sundstrom trying to go right through the defense, and it was cleared by Smith. The shot from the point is blocked. Loose in front and picked up by Bossy. Mike Bossy takes a look. His teammates in the middle of the player change, so he elected to give it to Potvin. To Brent Sutter, back to Bossy. Across the Ranger line on his off wing. Bossy takes a look, fed it to Gilbert. He shot, he scores!
Greg Gilbert hammers it home. Fine pass, fine hustle by Bossy. Took a whack at his own blue line, got up, raced down the ice with the puck. Look at the head of Bossy. Watch him as he picks up the players as they come across the blue line. Waiting, finds Gilbert in the open, and a hard drive right along the ice between the feet of Hanlon. It's in the net. His 2nd goal of the season by Gilbert from Bossy at 6:18, and it's 3-1.
The area they call the 5-hole, right between the pads, huh? 6:18, the time of the goal. One thing about an Islander-Ranger game, you can't shut it off right now because history has shown some great comebacks by the Rangers this year. Bossy and Brent Sutter assisting on Gilbert's goal. Patil draws the Bluebirds as he backhands the puck into the Islander territory. Patil out for the first time. He's out there with Allison and Thomas Sandstrom. The Islanders dump the puck into the Ranger zone. Laidlaw gets there before icing. And here is James Patrick. Patrick, long pass into the center ice zone. Allison tried to relay it to Sandstrom, and that didn't work. Here's Goring over the line. Coach Goring plays it in around Laidlaw. Laidlaw to Patrick. Comes out on this right side. And at center ice, it's back into the Islander zone, but wide by Sandstrom. There's Nystrom. Bob Nystrom. Sandstrom's stick just splintered. Nystrom comes over the line, trying to get around Dave Maloney. Gets tied up in the boards by Maloney. And out come the Rangers. Hedberg stick handling into the Islander zone. His pass blocked by Persson, went right back to Hedberg, and he fired it wide. Rogers unable to get control of it. Now comes to the blue line. Huber's shot is wide. Hedberg forechecking, forces the puck back to the net. Stefan Persson is there after getting away from the check with Hedberg. Dave Maloney at the blue line. Got it up high, was knocked down and cleared by Goring. Went off that broken stick. And right back to Huber now. Huber and Dave Maloney work it back and forth. The pass to McPhee is offside. And the face-off at the Ranger line. 11:53 left in the opening.
The Islanders right now is the fact that they can pour over 3 and sometimes 4 lines now that give the opposition a lot of problems. Against the Minnesota North Stars the other night, they used 4 lines in the 3rd period off and on. And all 4 lines effective against Minnesota. That makes it very difficult to play against a team that you see no break, no light at the end of the tunnel. As Lou Barrow, the assistant coach of the New Jersey Devils, was saying the only problem with seeing the light at the end of the tunnel was that the tunnel stretches all the way to Europe.
About 12 seconds ticked off the clock while there was nothing going on. The play was stopped at 11:53, and the clock now says 11:41. So they'll get that corrected. The reason for the little delay here is you look at Al Arbor back at the Islanders.
It's getting old for hockey players
nowadays, yeah. The guy should have at least a dozen years in the league at that age, shouldn't he?
Better have.
Potvin broke up the Ranger play at the blue line. Huber got a stick on it, missed LaRouche with the pass, and Dinnick knocked it loose. Wayne Sutter back to Potvin. Fontaine out with Gillies and Wayne Sutter as Potvin looks for the middle. There was no opening, then gave it to Wayne Sutter. He's across the Ranger line, but offside. Gillies ahead of the play apparently on right wing. He's questioning the linesman Vines about the call. Here's Lane. Mentioned earlier, Gord Lane wearing a helmet. Up the puck in. Rutsalainen left it in the corner, and Allison worked it to the left wing. Over comes Bossy. Couldn't get it away from Don Maloney. A long pass. Rutsalainen shot just missed and ends up on the far side. Don Maloney taken into the boards by Gilbert's check. Allison digs the puck loose, put it out in front, and what a stop by Bill Smith. Oh, did he make a ding-dong save there.
Place and time. The right place, the right time. Billy Smith has the hand out and snares the puck. Sandstrom, right? Watch behind the net. There's the pass out in front of the net. Here's the shot. Watch the left hand of Billy Smith. It's down on the ice. Keep it low. Exactly where it's supposed to be, as low as it can go. And he makes the save. Then he looked in his glove and said, look what I have.
Yes, indeed. The best save of the night so far turned in by Bill Smith. He was right at the top of his game against Minnesota here on Thursday night. Appears to be equally as sharp tonight. Pearson with the puck following the face-off. Give it to Janssen to the left side for John Kennelly. Off his stick and right back into the Islanders zone. Pearson gets after it. Pearson runs into Allison. Don Maloney trying to knock the puck loose. It did come loose and right back to the board. Pearson trying to get it up. Picked up by Kennelly. Flatley, one-on-one with Beck. Flatley gets over the line. The pass to Kennelly. Shoots. Kicked out by Hanlon. Hanlon had started to the left. Had to come back to the right to make that stop. Allison to Beck. He's up off the play by Flatley. Flatley to Brent Sutter. Beck not over to knock it away from him. There's Rutsalainen. He's checked in the corner. Kennelly comes out of the corner to Flatley. Off his stick, and Flatley is decked by Don Maloney. And the center ice Sandstrom fires it in wide. It bounced out in front, but Johnson is back in time. Johnson with Pearson. To Brent Sutter. Sutter slips it out into center ice. Bossy, who just come out on the ice, takes over for the Islanders. Mike Bossy. 4 Rangers back. He elects to dump it in. Gilbert chases it. Patrick beat him to it. Left it in the corner. In comes Bossy. Tried to put it out in front. It went right through Rogers. Mike Rogers dipsy doodles into center ice. Off the Islander line. Good pass to the left side. McKee gets in deep. Comes up by Potvin. Held on to the puck, however, to Rogers, and a shot hit the side of the net, then bounced out in front. It's loose again. Here's Patrick with a bouncing shot. Picked off by Dinnick. Earl Dinnick uses the left wing. Gave it to Greg Gilbert. Dumps it into center, off the boards. Laidlaw has to turn. Bossy comes wheeling in. There's Hanlon way out of the net. The puck loose on the boards. Hanlon back in position. Bossy knocked down, and he's on top of the puck. They'll bring the face-off outside the blue line. A break in the action here as we watch them unpile in the corner. A little shoving. Make sure that cooler tempers prevail here, and they appear to be doing just that. 8:56 left in the first period. With this break, the Islanders lead the Rangers 3-1.
One without having a tie. Was it 1976 the last time they had a tie?
I think so, yeah. A lot of games. I mean, there have been tie scores at the end of 60 minutes now in the last few years. Most recent, of course. Last time they met at Madison Square Garden. Offside as LaRouche is barreling down the left side. And they'll realize how important this game is. Now, why? Larry Neely on hand tonight. Better be careful. Who? Me or Larry? The puck knocked out with a high stick. They'll face off again in the center ice zone. Speed upon 23, and then the Islanders rattled off 3 in a row in a span of 2 minutes and 17 seconds. This is Lane. He lost the puck at the Ranger line. And now it's shot high and right into the Ranger bench off Foudelier's stick. It was run by LaRouche.
Huber has dumped it into the Islanders zone. Joe Smith near to the side for Persson. He tries to dance away from LaRousse. LaRousse stole the puck as Persson fell. And they get back in over the line. Here's Eriksson, checked by Janssen. John Eriksson got it to Sundstrom. He's tied up with LaFontaine, and Smith comes out of the net to clear the puck. Got it for Clark Gillies. Gillies on the board to the right side to Persson. Held in by Dave Maloney at the left point for Eriksson. Kicked it loose. Sundstrom trying to center. Persson runs into him, knocks him down. Loose. Tied up now by Janssen. Trying to freeze the puck. Still no whistle. And the puck does come out of that pileup. Eriksson trying to round the net. Fell over top is LaFontaine. That's LaFontaine. Had it deflect out in front to Persson. Covering up. Gave it to Janssen. Now to center. And the pass to Gillies. Clark Gillies fired it high and wide. It comes off the boards for Eriksson. Gave it to Allison. Now back to this right side. Dave Maloney into the Islanders zone. Can't split the defense. The puck loose in the corner. They'll get it with it. Knocks it away from Allison. Ristolainen moves in on the right wing boards. Lost it in the corner. Back comes Brent Sutter. Gave it to Janssen. Just over 7 minutes to play in the first period. Janssen to Tonelli. Up the left wing. Tonelli elects to slip it in wide of Glenn Hanlon, and there's Barry Beck. Ristolainen. Ristolainen played the puck to the corner, right to John Tonelli, however. Ristolainen covering up, took it away from Pat Flatley. Now to Beck. Beck tries the right wing. Potvin pinching in. They force Sandstrom to go back a little deeper. Sandstrom gets away from the check, comes to center. The pass to Don Maloney, and Dinnick just knocked it off his stick. Maloney goes to the board, takes a hit from Dinnick. Dinnick sticks right with Don Maloney, shoving him into Brent Sutter. The Islanders unable to get control of the puck. Potvin finally did, gave it to Flatley. To the line, Brent Sutter overskated it. Potvin came across to knock it away from Sandstrom, and he has fed it to Brent Sutter. Sutter over the Ranger line to Pat Flatley, into Brent Sutter. Centers, and Tonelli is hauled down. Right into the goalpost. Will be a penalty call against the Rangers. The Islanders get the first power play of the game.
After Sutter, there's the pass for John Tonelli. There's the hook by Don Maloney on John Tonelli, and the Islanders get their first power play.
Second best power play in the league against the second best penalty killing in the league. Johnson holding the puck at the line, into Bossy. Feeds the right point, Boudelier moves in, fires one to one, bouncing off Brooks. Trottier got it back to Boudelier. To Bossy on left wing, to the blue line to Boudelier. Got Trottier, gave him the puck. Trottier back to Boudelier, into Trottier. Rangers in that box defense holding the position well. Gilbert tried to center, could not, and it's cleared down the ice by Laidlaw. Well, that used up 35 seconds with the man advantage, and Janssen takes a look. He talks back of the net. You see the stats. Janssen up the center ice. The pass to Greg Gilbert. Gets over the Ranger line. Couldn't feed it through the defense. The Rangers can't clear it out in the first attempt. Gilbert and Beck go to the board. Gilbert without, well, Beck without his stick. Trying to recover. Lost the puck to Bossy. Couldn't center it. And a good play defensively by Willie Huber. Back comes Boudelier to Thomas Janssen. Janssen uses the left wing boards with the pass to Bossy. Across it goes to Paul Boudelier. Now to Brian Trottier. 42 seconds left in the power play. Trottier moves in with Gillies and Bossy. Trottier sneaks in on the left wing boards. Back to Potvin. He elects to give it to Persson. Back to Potvin. They're trying to get the Rangers moving around. Persson with a shot. Good pad save by Hanlon. The puck comes back to Potvin at the left point. And around the boards, Gillies slaps it back of the net. Hanlon up. Now Beck trying to tie up Trottier, and the pass goes to Stefan Persson. Persson trying to get it to Trottier and hit the referee. Beck is checked in the corner. The puck loose again. Trottier with it. 8 seconds left in the power play. They get it across to Gillies, but he'll recover outside the Ranger blue line. He's had only one shot with his man advantage. Gillies over the line, sends Potvin in all alone. He shoots, he scores!
Pretty passing play. You could see Clark Gillies. He knew Potvin was coming. Potvin had yelled to him. They communicated perfectly, and the captain gets his second goal of the season in the second game. The other night against Minnesota, he opened to score. Look at the nice move here from our camera high in the rafters. Good move by Potvin. 4-1 now as the Islanders open up quite a lead. Beautiful play by Clark Gillies. He waited at the blue line.
He bites the puck loose momentarily. LaRouche gets wrestled around by Janssen. It's jabbed loose for LaRouche. That's one go, and that skipped wide of the net. The Islanders failed to clear it out. Well, they rule it did come outside the line. James Patrick backing up apparently did step outside the blue line.
It can happen, Jiggs. He's controlling the puck. He's looking for his options. He wants to make sure he makes the right move. A couple of his players were down at the time. Patrick was looking forward as he was backing up, getting ever closer to the blue line. The puck, some portion of the puck, obviously. Let's take a look, see if we can spot it. There's the puck as it gets out there. It is just over the edge of the blue line, making it offside.
Now the rules here with the power play for the Rangers and the Islander penalty killing. The Ranger power play is 7th best in the NHL. The Islander penalty killing 14th. There are the numbers. Diddick off for slashing. Persson got the puck into the Ranger zone. Patrick to Rutsalainen. The right side to LaRouche. LaRouche got it to Patrick. Tried to send Sandstrom in on this right side. He one-hands it back to the net for Don Maloney. Maloney to the point for Patrick. He passed it out of the reach of Rutsalainen, who went in after it to LaRouche. Now to Patrick. Patrick just dumped it into the corner. LaRouche after it. Gilbert knocks it away from him, and Rutsalainen recovers at center ice. 1 minute, 4 seconds left in this Ranger power play. Patrick in front to LaRouche. Smith, a good save as he stuck the right leg out. Now Janssen clears the puck and got away from Patrick. Had a great opportunity, but couldn't handle the puck. Now LaRouche puts it right on the stick of Bourne. He's across the Ranger line. The pass to Janssen. Cruises in a backhander. Grab by Hanlon. Held it for a face-off.
Islanders are one of...
The Islanders got the draw in the Ranger zone, but it came out to center ice. Now Potvin dumps it down the board. 34 seconds remaining in Diddick's slashing penalty. It's 4-1 in favor of the Islanders. Huber to Rogers and back to Barry Beck. Lee Huber takes a hit from Potvin as he shot it into the Islanders zone. Picked up by Gord Lane. Lost it high to the point. Knocked down by Huber over to Beck. That's one goal right into the chest protector. His foot and dropped into his catching glove. McPhee was standing right in the goal crease with him.
You know who the other team is that has not scored a shorthanded goal? I mentioned the Islanders are one.
The Green Machine.
Yeah, well, they may have got a few.
Here's Barry Beck.
Here's Barry Beck as he lets go a shot from the point. Billy Smith in some traffic. Knicks Cavaliers.
Knicks have all kinds of problems with injuries. The Cavaliers off to a slow start, although they won the other night for the first time. 2 seconds remaining in Diddick's
Some of the players then. Got to know some of the Nets when the Islanders and Nets were both here in this building.
Yeah, that's right. When the Nets came into the Motley knocked off his stick, and Erickson chases it, but back came Persson and trying to clear it for Boudelier. Boudelier round the net, trying to get away from Sundstrom. Gets tangled up, went to the corner, and the puck is underneath him. 51 seconds remaining. Patrick playing over on the left side of the Ranger defense. Managed to get the puck in a little deeper, but it's been cleared up by Bourne. There's Patrick. James Patrick had his shot blocked at center. Here's Allison for the Rangers. Plays it in on right wing, going back toward his Potvin. Potvin in front of his own goal, just pulled it away from Don Maloney. It's picked up by Bourne. Bob Bourne races into the center ice area. The pass to Trottier gets over the blue line, fed it through for Bossy, but they're calling it back at an offside.
I've got a lot of people that are already phoning me up and calling me a liar, Jiggs, and they're absolutely right. The Knicks Cavaliers game from Madison Square Garden can now be seen on Channel 30, not 31. So we're going to switch the channel. That's so that we can get it.
Used to be 31.
Now it's Sunday. Join Fran Healy when he talks with
Potvin dumps it ahead for Bossy. Not enough time to do anything, so Horn gets it right at the Ranger blue line. Forced back into the Ranger zone by the forechecking of LaFontaine. He elected to give it to Beck. To Rutsalainen. Sandstrom had a little trouble with it. Edges it back to Beck. Beck plays it up the left wing. Nobody there for the Rangers, and Gerald Diddick flies it off the boards. Gave it to Dwayne Sutter. He was checked. Diddick goes back. Taken away from Sandstrom. Gave it to Potvin. Potvin, a long pass off Wayne Sutter's stick, in and out of the penalty box, and we'll get a face-off in center ice.
Center ice. We'll probably see a lot of play again at center ice, Jakes. Of course, that's where the Islanders now would like to play the game along with center ice into the Rangers' end of the ice. The Rangers have to find a way to penetrate the tough Islander defenders in that area. They've got to get the puck. They do not like to dump the puck in and chase it. Maybe they'll have to revert to that if the Islanders continue to bottle them up in the center ice area.
Gauthier knocked down, back onto his skates. But Patrick back in time to clear the puck for the Rangers. Sundstrom had some trouble with it. Patrick there to help out. James Patrick plays it up the right side. Sundstrom across to Dave Maloney. He's over the line with a slap shot. Right on, he scores!
Happy Dave Maloney. His shot appeared not to be troublesome. Smith shot his left foot out. It seemed to hit on the inside of his left skate, deflecting into the net. Take a look. I think the puck deflected too. Stefan Pearson trying to get in front of it. There's the puck as it goes towards Smith. There's his left leg shooting out. He was a little ahead of it. He thought the puck had a little more velocity on it, and he got out in front of it, and it went off the inside of his left leg. Watch his left leg. He kicks it out. He wasn't sure of the puck. It may have touched, it may have touched or tipped off the leg of the stick of Stefan Pearson and changed direction.
Dave Maloney's second goal of the year. That's his 10th shot on goal. First in this game, and it's 4-2. The Islanders put on some pressure, but the Rangers able to clear the puck. 1:13, the time of that goal. Hedberg and Patrick get the assist. Now the Islanders have shot it around the boards in the Rangers zone, and that'll be called back for icing as Willie Huber put a stick on it. Well, 4-2. The Rangers have had the ability to stage comebacks against the Islanders this year, and they get it started early in the second period.
The close-up look of Willie Huber. He went back to his position. Right defense. Dave Maloney.
Mr. Beck in the corner of your picture had an ongoing thing on Open Line Sports on WBAB the last few weeks about Beck's ranking as a defenseman in the league. Is he in the top 5? I say no, and several Ranger fans say, oh yeah, at least second or third in the league.
I would hope that they would think that way, and certainly entitled to their opinion.
Supposed to have had the referee of this game as a guest tomorrow morning on that particular radio show, but that's not going to happen. He's got cattle to pick up. The Rangers gets the draw on the Islander end of the ice. McPhee works it into the corner. Hedberg takes a look, then takes a hit from Lane. McPhee gets tangled up with Boudelier, and Brent Sutter moves it up the right wing. Flatley back to Boudelier. To Tonelli. It's over the Ranger line. Tonelli put on the brakes and turn and feeds it across to Boudelier. Lets one go, and it's cleared aside by Hanlon. Rangers, Laidlaw cleared it into center ice. Boudelier works it back in at the laid offside. It's cleared out of there by Huber. Brent Sutter back to the Islanders. He's given it to Boudelier. Up the middle to Flatley. To John Tonelli off his stick. Laidlaw steps in front of Tonelli, and Huber went over to the puck. Out to McPhee on left wing. Flatley catches up with him, and Diddick held it in at the line. There's Huber. That's Flatley now for the Islanders. Brent Sutter comes out of the corner. Sent it back to Diddick at the right point. Daryl Diddick shot. Steered aside. Stick save by Hanlon. And McPhee quickly to Hedberg off his stick, but right to Rogers. He's over center ice into the Islanders zone with a long shot. Smith got his right pad in front of that to make the save, and here's Flatley. That's Flatley to Tonelli. John Tonelli sends Brent Sutter into the Rangers zone against Beck. He shoots into the pads of Hanlon, and they'll hold it for a face-off. A break in the action. 16.5 minutes to play, period 2. Goring is out with Bourne and Nystrom for the Islanders. Diddick and Potvin on defense. The Rangers come to center. Gagne out for the first time, I believe. His pass was blocked and cleared into the Ranger territory. Hanlon to Patillo. Long pass out of the reach of anybody dressed in blue. Goes wide of the Islander net and through the goal crease apparently, so icing waved off, and here's Nystrom with it. Now to Goring. It's Goring having trouble handling it. Trying to get it back to Diddick. It was broken up. Gagne goes to the corner. Tried to feed Patillo. It's been bouncing off. Smith comes back to the right point. Rutsalainen. There's a shot that was blocked as Gagne got it away. Now they try to center again. Brook ran into a check from Potvin, and Smith dives on the puck, forcing a face-off.
Gagne picked the puck out of the air, Jigs, turning backwards, slapped it. Billy Smith, of course, being in the right position is so important for goaltenders. The angles made the save. Take a look at our Goodyear blimp. That's a nice shot. Watch Fatillo in front of the net. There's the pass as it comes out. It's loose. It was at that point that Gagne moved into the picture and took a slap at it. Wrapped it at Billy Smith, who made the stop. Take a look at the SportsChannel out-of-town scoreboard when we get an opportunity. The next face-off. Oh, there it is. Yeah, 2-1. Philadelphia now leading Boston. Rich Sutter and Kerr. Kerr again has scored. That's about 18 for him now. Middleton has scored Boston's. The other game, Chicago. Al Seaport has scored for Chicago. They lead 1-0 in the first period.
The Islanders are in Philadelphia tomorrow night, and then come home to host the Washington Capitals on Tuesday. That's that Washington Islander game right here on SportsChannel. The late offside as the Islanders move into the Ranger zone. Dave Maloney gave it to Patrick. Patrick carries the puck away from LaFontaine over the Islander line. Left it. Don Maloney's shot goes high and into the seats behind Bill Smith. Heard a story about an Islander fan that I got to pass along. A gentleman worked for one of the major European airlines. He was based at Kennedy Airport, had Islander season tickets. Then the airline decided that he'd better go back to Switzerland. To this one, a few days late. I wish I knew his name, but just one of the many stories of fans enjoying not only the Islanders, but NHL hockey. LaFontaine checked by Don Maloney as we watch the play at center ice. Wayne Sutter took a hit from Laidlaw as he dumped it in. There's Huber around the boards. Sandstrom did get it outside the blue line. Back comes Pat LaFontaine. Stefan Persson up the middle, out of the reach of LaFontaine, wide of Hanlon, and this will be an icing call as Laidlaw goes down.
He got the puck and held it. Looked for Boudelier and found him coming in from his right point position. And Boudelier with a beautiful shot into the lower left-hand corner has beat Hanlon for the 5th Islander goal. Paul Boudelier on a fine pass from Brian Trottier. He came in all the way from his right position to where you see him now, about 15 to 20 feet in front of Hanlon.
And here's Bossy getting over the Ranger line right from the following faceoff. Bossy to Boudelier. Off his stick. Spun to the right wing board. Gilbert gets turned around with McPhee, and the puck comes to Boudelier. Paul Boudelier dumped it to the corner. Patrick picks it up now. James Patrick to George McPhee. Relays it. It's intercepted by Bossy into the corner. Trottier chases it. Trottier and Dave Maloney bumping one another. Trottier up with the puck. Gives it to Boudelier. He shoots from the blue line, and it hit Patrick on the skates. McPhee starts out. He's over the Islander line, lost his balance and the puck, and here's Patrick out at center ice. Trottier and Bourne on the assist as the Islanders, or the Rangers, I should say, went in offside at the Islander line. The goal is Boudelier from Trottier and Bourne at 5:31.
When you think of a goal like that, Jiggs, Trottier waiting and then making the pass to Paul Boudelier, and you'd say on the other side, what went wrong? Generally, and in most cases, the Ranger left winger or the center iceman is assigned to Boudelier, depending on who's in deep. Is it the left winger in helping the defense, or is it the centerman? But generally, it's the left winger's position to guard the right defenseman of the opposition in your own end of the ice. And an assignment being missed results in the Islanders' 5th goal. Paul Boudelier getting his 6th goal of the season.
Now Brent Sutter, John Tonelli, and Pat Flatley. Diddick moved in from the right blue line. The right side, at least, did not make contact with the puck, thus the Islanders have to go back. And waiting behind the net, tried the left side. Tonelli relayed it to the right wing. Actually couldn't get there in time. Here's Diddick moving up. Well, Diddick dumps it in. Tonelli in after it. Hanlon trying to knock it away from him. It hit Huber. Right up in the skates of Tonelli. Got it to Brent Sutter out in front, but over the stick of Flatley and down the ice right to Bill Smith. Bill Diddick, the first man back. Diddick in his rookie season. That is Lethbridge Broncos, a native of Edmonton, as we watch Pontag get to the Ranger line. Right offside, not called as the Rangers got it loose. Here's Nick Fatillo into the Islander zone. A rising shot off the left shoulder of Bill Smith, and it's cleared. Brook held it in. Now it drives. Smith got a piece of that as Gagne left one flying. Back to the Islander goal. He tried to center again. That's broken up. Diddick managed to get it to Flatley. That's Flatley. Over to John Tonelli, to Brent Sutter. Picked up instead by Flatley into the Ranger zone. Dumped it to the corner. There's Tom Laidlaw now.
Laidlaw to Gagne. Related, but not out. Bourne feeds it to Goring. Backhands it around the board. Nystrom chases the puck. He and Rutsalainen collide. Nystrom sets up Goring back to the net. Put it right through in front. Nystrom got a poke at it, but it went wide. And there's Tom Laidlaw being tied up by Nystrom. The puck loose. Bourne jabs it into the corner. Now Bourne around the boards to Nystrom off his stick. Nystrom takes a hit, but holds on to the puck. And into Rutsalainen. Now Bourne tries it loose. So it's Goring for the Islanders. Back to Janssen, over to Persson. Back to Janssen. Janssen moves in around the step to Brooks. Centers. Goring too well covered. Comes back to the right point. Or the left point, I should say, in this case for the Islanders. And broken up and shot down the ice.
Tremendous pressure again, Jiggs, by the Islanders as they catch the Rangers making some mistakes in their own end of the ice.
Here they come again, this time led by Goring. 4 Rangers back at that blue line as Goring elects to dump it in. The Islanders go for a player change. Hanlon got the puck to Patrick. Made it around the net. LaFontaine unable to center it cleanly. Allison now to Sandstrom. He's bumped. James Patrick got a stick on it. Was checked by Dwayne Sutter to Gillies. Out in front off the stick of Beck. LaFontaine chases it to the right wing. LaFontaine into Gillies. Art Gillies checked by Mike Allison. Allison put it right on the stick of Gord Lane, and he shot it wide. The Rangers trying to clear it out. And they've got a 3-on-2 break at center ice. Here's Allison. Allison takes a look, trying to cut in around Lane. The puck went right to Smith, who dives on top of it, and there's no further play. A break in the action. 10:49 left in the middle period. The Islanders lead the Rangers 5-2.
The record held by Gretzky, 92.
Well, let's stay on pace. Pick it up a little bit. Rangers try to pry it loose. Did. Huber at the blue line. Into Sundstrom. He was checked by Potvin. They're going to stick on it again. Sundstrom out of the corner. Had trouble handling it. Erickson backhanded it wide. Rossi on right wing. Got it to Brian Trottier. Bourne moves up the left side. Takes Trottier's pass. Shoots. Hits the goal post. The rebound is cleared out into the center ice zone as the Islanders were buzzing again in that Ranger zone. Potvin wheels a long pass to the left wing. Huber back to knock it away from Bossy, but Trottier playing the right wing. Centers into the tip that's wide. Gilbert and Bossy there together. Centered again. And out to the center ice zone comes LaRouche. LaRouche over the line. Drop pass. Sundstrom goes to the left. Bumping with Thomas Johnson. Sundstrom held onto the puck and takes a hit from Gilbert, and Trottier strings Bossy loose. Bossy is over the line. Played it into the corner. Dave Maloney goes back for the New York Rangers. Dave Maloney backhanding it into center ice. Johnson takes over there. The pass to Flatley. That Flatley is across the line. Lined up for the hit from Beck. The puck went to the corner. Third around to Dave Maloney. Maloney, good move to get away from Tonelli's check, and then he dumped it into center ice off the back of Rogers. Broken up by Janssen. And Sutter is there. Now to Persson. The right wing boards off Tonelli. It went right to Beck. To Rutsalainen. Rutsalainen elects to fire it in from long range. Off the boards for Hedberg. Trying to go back to the net. Got checked. The puck went to John Tonelli, and he just flips it out into the center ice zone. Barry Beck going back to the New York Rangers with 9 minutes left. The Islander fans booing Beck tonight.
Or for Barry Beck, that's like a cheer.
I guess. Tonelli to Flatley in front off the stick of Brent Sutter. Sutter sets up Flatley back to the net. He was too well covered. Brent Sutter puts it out in front. Here's Persson. Moves in. Shoots. He scores!
The puck deflected in front. Persson looking for the top left corner. The puck ended up in the net. Pat Flatley may have gotten the goal. He was standing just to the right of Hanlon, being checked by a couple of Rangers. But the puck hit somebody, and there was the Rangers. But Flatley was standing in that position. I think it might have been he. There's the shot by Persson. There's Flatley. There's the puck as you see it dint the twine, and it's in. Rogers as he heads for Persson. The shot deflected. Rutsalainen looks, shrugs his shoulders, says, holy cow, what do you have to do to keep that thing out of the net? It's in. Flatley, his 5th goal at 11:17 and a whopping 6-2 lead for the Islanders.
Here's Goring into the Rangers zone. Around it, he sends it for Rutsalainen, and he just nudged it wide. As Hanlon was down, he had an opening, but couldn't find it.
Going by number 8, Pat Flatley.
Nystrom tied up on the end board. Trying to kick the puck in. There's Goring. Comes out in front. Laid it off Rutsalainen, and Don Maloney lugs it into center ice. Matt Flatley scored in 5 consecutive games now. Pearson and Brent Sutter assisting on that goal to make it 6-2. The Islanders starting out. Nystrom on right wing. Udalier moves up, knocks the puck loose. Laidlaw over to Patrick. Patrick got it to the Islander line, but no further, and the Rangers regroup at center ice. Back into their own zone is Patrick. Nystrom moving up. Knocks the puck into the Rangers zone once more. Little less than 8 minutes remaining here in the second period. Patrick into the center ice zone for Allison. He's over the line with Don Maloney. Unable to center the pass, however. Gillies couldn't clear it out. Don Maloney for the Rangers to Sandstrom. Gillies chases him into the boards and a good hit. Gillies and Sandstrom have had something going every time they've met, it seems. Here's Wayne Sutter leading the Islander rush. The pass to Gillies converted. He scores!
Just when someone may have thought the Rangers were going to get back into a hockey game, they trailed by 4 goals in. Beautiful pass by Dwayne Sutter to Clark Gillies, who had got tangled up earlier with Sudstrom. Look at the pass. Gillies took it, being checked closely, and slid it into the lower left-hand corner under the outstretched right leg of Hanlon. What a pass by Sutter. Here's the play here. You see him look over his shoulder? There's the pass. Gillies picks it up, being checked at the time, and rifled it right along the ice. A 7-2 lead here. Clark Gillies getting his 9th goal of the season. As we had mentioned, it took him 57 games last year to reach the 9th goal mark. He's got it already this season in what, the 17th game.
Yeah, this is game number 17. The Islanders come into it with a record of 9 wins and 7 losses, and they lead the Rangers 7-2. LaFontaine got an assist on that Gillies goal, as well as Dwayne Sutter. Ryan Trottier lugs the puck into the Ranger territory. Hanlon plays it off the glass into the skates of Trottier. Trottier fired it right through the goal mouth, and it comes outside the line as Pearson covers up at center ice. Little Johnson. And a Bossy got it across the line. That was cleared by Hubert. Trottier had it in his skate. It's a stick on it now. The pass to Bossy. Winds up. And on the shot, Hanlon cleared it to the corner. There's Greg Gilbert for the Islanders. To Pearson across to Johnson. Johnson's centering attempt was deflected, and Pearson recovers it at center ice. Moose moves up to forecheck. The Islander defense moves it back and forth. Now to Bossy on the right side. Bossy to Trottier. Ryan Trottier ridden into the corner boards by Sundstrom. The puck goes to Pearson, but he's outside the line and drops it to Johnson. Back to Pearson as they wait for Gilbert to get back onside. Pearson to Thomas Johnson. Got it in over the Ranger blue line. There's Barry Beck. The pass deflected. Bossy has to go over the line, and it's shot down the ice by Huber. Pearson goes back. Smith played it, so there's no icing. The Islanders trying to move out. Could not. Nick Patil takes a look. Fired it right through in front of the net. It comes back to Rutsalainen. And around the boards for Gagne. Gagne centers. Smith makes a great save, and it holds on to the puck as Brook had him dead to rights off the left side. In this case, the right wing for the Rangers, but to the left is Smith. A break in the action. 5:42 left in the period. The Islanders lead. The Rangers.
The puck in front of the net. Watch Billy Smith's left hand there. Look at point-blank shot. Billy Smith looks over and says, look what I've got. He loves that kind of action. He didn't have to do anything. He put it right in the net. You got to have it in the right place. And he did. Good shot by Brook. He was going for the short side. Didn't fool Billy Smith.
The draw comes back to Rutsalainen, and his shot blocked by Smith, who's right up on top of the goal crease again to make that save. Number 29, he had 3 shots for the Rangers in the opening period tonight.
Worth the price of admission. Generally, every time he's on the ice, he's doing something. Here he takes the face-off, or he gets the puck from the face-off, and then rips one at Smith.
Rutsalainen at the point, into Laidlaw, and his shot deflected. It's on the doorstep. Smith down, and it's knocked out of there by Brent Sutter. Sutter got it to Tonelli, shoots it into the Ranger zone around the boards, and Hanlon blocks it back to the net. Got it into the skates of Brook, then right to the stick of Tonelli to Brent Sutter. Out in front, there's Flatley with a drive. That hit Laidlaw. Natil picks it up on left wing. Nick over the center ice strike. Then Tom Laidlaw on the right side. Laidlaw goes back to the net, rolled it right through in front. Here's Brook with a shot. Blocked in front by Boudelier, and out comes Pinelli. Pinelli trying to get around Ruotsalainen. Lets it go atop the pads of Hanlon. Flatley gets a whack at it. He and Brook go to the corner. Taken by Brent Sutter, and he's checked right in front of the net. Over on right wing now, Gagne. Bumped by Flatley. Hot hand for the Islanders. Knocks the puck away from Gagne. Gave it to Gerald Diddick. To John Pinelli has Nystrom coming up with him. Pinelli moves in on the slap shot. Hanlon way out to cut down the angle. Made the save. This is Rogers. Pick handling into the center ice zone. Mike Rogers. Gave it to McPhee. He fanned on the shot. And Diddick has worked it out into the center ice zone. Dave Maloney back. Gave it to Patrick. Now to Hedberg. Tangled up in the skates of the linesman at the Islander blue line. And now comes loose. And then into the skates of James Patrick, and then kicked loose. Here's Doring with 4 minutes and 5 seconds left in this period. The Islanders clear the puck into the center ice zone, and Dave Maloney drops it in deeper for Patrick. James Patrick tries the left side for McPhee. Now to Dave Maloney, comes over center ice into the Islanders zone. A long shot. Smith makes the save. Hedberg couldn't pick up the rebound. McPhee centers it through in front. Back to Patrick. It around the boards, away from McPhee. It'll come to right wing. On into the center ice zone. Dave Maloney. Rogers, who was coming back. Mike Rogers across the Islander blue line, but offside is the call with 3.5 minutes to play. Period 2. A break in the action. The score is the Islanders 7.
So far this period, the Islanders have had 5. The Rangers have had 12. One of them resulting in a goal. This period's not over yet.
12 defensive giveaways. That'll cost you. Herzog back to touch the puck in the Islanders zone. An icing call against the New York Rangers. And we'll step out for a moment. 3:22 left in the period. Score is 7-2 in favor of the Islanders. He dumps it down the right side. Eriksson into the Islanders zone. Waits for some help. The centering attempt was cut off by Persson. To Fontaine. A good pass to Clark Gillies. Gillies to Dwayne Sutter, who cut to the left side, but Sundstrom checked him. Here's Johnson getting over the Ranger line. Thomas Johnson to Clark Gillies. Gillies pulls it back, fed it to LaFontaine, and off the heel of his stick. Fontaine back to the goal with Dwayne Sutter. Got the puck to Sutter. He comes out in front. All alone, shoots, he scores! Nobody went for him, and it's 8-2.
They've won the little battles, and they put the puck in the net. Each time the Rangers make a mistake, the Islanders score another goal. Good work behind the net. Dwayne Sutter, Pat LaFontaine. 2-on-2. The Islanders come up with the puck quickly. Sutter turns and over the left shoulder up into the top of the net. As Hanlon starts to go down, he's guessing. Dwayne Sutter, his 6th goal of the season, makes it 8-2 now with 2 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the second period.
The Islanders are backing over the line again. Bossy trying to set up Gilbert. Bossy put it right out in front after the first play had been broken up. Sandstrom into the Ranger zone was checked on. Maloney's backhander. Smith got in front of that. Puck loose back of the goal for a brief moment. The Rangers pounced on it, but could not center, and Boudelier has cleared it. Ruotsalainen from the blue line fires one that was blocked in front by Boudelier. Greg Gilbert runs into the check of Ruotsalainen. Wayne Sutter from LaFontaine and Gillies, the Islander goal at 17-13 to make the score 8-2. Here's Bossy. Pass blocked by Laidlaw, and it came right back to number 22. Bossy to Boudelier, and now to Gilbert. Gilbert makes a hit from Laidlaw as he shoots the puck into the Ranger zone. Rail Ruotsalainen up the middle for Allison. Over the Islander line, fed it to right wing. Sandstrom trying to cut in. Centers. There's Brent Sutter. Sutter, neat move to break up the play. Ball's on top of the puck. He had trouble getting away from Allison, and they both ended, or Hedberg rather. No, Allison, you're right, Jiggs. First time they both ended up in the deck anyway.
Pat LaFontaine, Jiggs, he's now got a 9-game assist streak going. He's got 13 of them in 9 games. Can't get a goal, but he's certainly setting up enough of them.
Hasn't put the puck in the net in the last 9. This would make 10 games, and we still have 1:40 left in the second period. There's LaFontaine without the helmet and face shield.
He's going to do an ad for United States Savings Bonds. He was chosen by the government.
Good for him.
Why not? Good-looking
fine young man.
Also going to be endorsing Amateur Hockey Week, too, in February, I believe. We used to call Minor Hockey Week. Nice to see him involved. Not only in the hockey games, but other activities as well. Now, a delayed offside is in effect and called with a minute 18 left. No, the year before the Islanders joined the National Hockey League. It's one of the two best years the Rangers ever had as far as points are concerned. 109 points in 70, 71, and again in 71, 72.
All right, what's the question?
Oh, there isn't one. I'm thinking back.
Oh, yes, I remember them well.
And they were tough, weren't they?
Yes, they were. Good hockey team.
Brent Sutter into the Rangers zone with a shot that rolls high. And bouncing out on this left side, McPhee dumps it outside the line. Johnson waited, but not long enough to get his teammates back onside. And an offside being delayed here. James Patrick has just iced the puck. Johnson steps in front of Rogers, and play is called with 51 seconds left in the second period.
And Gilbert and Rittel, Hadfield, the gag line, Brad Park on defense. Ned Patil. Good hockey team. You know, it's funny. The irony of it all is back in the early 60s, the Rangers and the Bruins used to play for the East Coast Championship. That was to see who was going to be 5th and 6th in the 6-team league. They used to battle for that. Then 10 years later, they were battling for first place in the Stanley Cup.
71-72, the Bruins and the Rangers met. We were with the Bruins and won the Stanley Cup. And then it was on to the Islanders. They came into business in 72, along with the team in Atlanta. Here's Wayne Sutter over on the far side. He and Bourne get across the line. Goring goes to the front of the net. The pass to Wayne Sutter. He walks right in, but is robbed by Hanlon. The puck cleared out by the Rangers with 17 seconds left. All Boudelier back on defense.
Where has all the defense gone?
Ford Lane is over the line. Lane to Goring. Erickson stepped in front of him. Erickson is a forward. There's Huber slapping it around the boards. That'll do it for period number 2, but the Islanders scored 4 more. Rangers got 1, and at the end of 40 minutes, your score from the Nassau Coliseum is the Islanders 8 and the Rangers 2. Back with a recap, but first we pause for these messages. And here at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Rangers into the Islanders zone. Smith, leaning to his right, had to come back to the left, and you see the way the leg is turned to get that pad along the ice and smother the puck.
Rangers pressing. John Van Beesbrook now in the net for the Rangers. They want to play a little bit down on the Islanders' end of the ice. Billy Smith corrals the puck. He knows where it is. He just can't see it. His pad is in the way of his vision, but he knows it's there. He covers it up.
Lafayette out with Trottier and Gilbert for the Islanders. Mike Bossy handling the puck. Bossy's had only 1 shot on goal in this game, and that was a goal. The Rangers offside as they tried to spring Allison into the Islander territory.
WorldJet can fly you in and out of over 13,000 airports not served by commercial carriers. You can go when you want and where you want. For the busy executive, WorldJet is not just a luxury. It keeps you on the fast track in world-class style. WorldJet, 585-0600. There's the number right here in Long Island, area code 516. Get you there quickly, comfortably. Beautiful airplane.
That's LaFontaine between Wayne Sutter and Clark Gillies. Johnson and Pearson on the points, and the pass off the boards picked up by LaFontaine. He comes over the Ranger line with Gillies. Tried to feed it through, however, to Dwayne Sutter, who was covered on the play by LaRouche. Johnson slaps it in around the boards. There's Gillies out to LaFontaine on the backhand, and he couldn't tee it up. LaRouche over the blue line and into center. Fires from the Islander line, and Johnson tipped that wide. Bill Smith scoops it up off the boards and held it for a face-off.
Well, you're looking at a couple of New York teams playing here on this channel. If you want to switch over to channel 30, the Nixon up the cable.
There's a long shot from Huber. This month?
Yeah.
Boy, we'll party at your house.
Well, I hope so. I'm going to get after that Rusty McCormick again.
Fontaine carrying the puck into the Rangers zone. They get chased to the boards and hit hard by Huber and shaken up.
He's hurt, Diggs. He's not going to stay down, though. Look at the leg. He's got his right leg.
bothered by. Good shot, good stop. Two of them by Billy Smith. And here's Pearson as LaFontaine is still trying to get to the Islander bench.
Ridden into the boards heavily, Jiggs.
He's going to go right to the dressing room.
Well, he's going to skate around on it, I think. He's not sure. Yes, he is. He's going to go in. He's hurt.
I think that's the knee that he injured during the Canada Cup that he's favoring.
Take another look at that. He was down. He was falling. Not a matter of being a dirty play or anything else. It's a good play by the defenseman. Willie Huber took him in, but he was already falling, and he banged his knee. You could see his knee was bent when he went into the boards, and when it's bent like that, of course, it's that point of contact right on the kneecap. And while everybody says, well, he's got shin pads on, yes, that's true, but that kind of a blow, he was going heavily, his forward motion. Remember, he can skate fast, and he was going quickly, and then he went into the boards. The first contact was his kneecap, by the looks of it.
Woody Lane banked the puck off the back of McPhee out to center ice. Flatley's pass picked off. Hedberg trying to get something going for the Rangers in center ice, and they elect to dump it in. Back goes Brent Sutter. 2 minutes gone here in the third period. Sutter to Gord Lane. On the boards, out of the reach of Boudelier, but Flatley went after it, was checked. Kelly over on left wing, knocks it into the center ice zone, and McPhee hustled back, but Laidlaw came over in time to turn. That's going to go all the way to Bill Smith. And Gord Lane will pick it up there. Rangers in the middle of the player change. Rogers into forecheck. Gord Lane to Brent Sutter. Over to John Tonelli. Tonelli on the right side. Got it ahead. Brent Sutter chases it now. And tied up by Hedberg. Tied up Sutter, but the puck went loose. Flatley comes out of the corner with it. That's Flatley. Back to Potvin. Lets it go. And Van Beesbroek makes his first stop. His second. And covers up on the puck. There's a break in the action. 17 minutes, 21 seconds. Doesn't like the call as you see the facial expression as he trails referee Bob Myers in the direction of the penalty box.
Take another look at it. Bossy in pursuit of the puck. Beck after him. Beck rides him up into the glass. Bossy shoves Beck under the chin. Beck shoved back. I don't blame him. I'd get mad too if I was going Beck. The only difference was in retaliation. Beck got caught. Bossy didn't. Beck gets the penalty. He's still yelling at the referee, Myers. In a hockey game that we've seen so many crazy things happening, I'm a little surprised that referee Myers would give Beck a penalty for that exchange.
So Beck for roughing at 2:54. The second power play of the game for the Islanders. Johnson to Trottier is across the line to Bossy. And his shot deflected off Dave Maloney. There's Gilbert. Greg Gilbert to Bossy. Gilbert goes to the front of the net. Bossy had to hold on to the puck and got it back to Gilbert. Now behind the net, Bossy trying to slip out in front. Checked by Dave Maloney. Knocked off balance. Lear held it in the Ranger zone. Got it to Trottier. Trottier fed the pass to Bossy. Bossy takes a look. Gives the puck to Johnson from the blue line. His shot is deflected wide. Off the glass. Brook kicks it loose. And Dave Maloney has cleared it the length of the ice. Bob Nystrom did not return from the Islander dressing room at the start of this third period, and now Pat LaFontaine has gone to the dressing room. Johnson carries the puck at center. The pass to Bossy on right wing. Blows in with a slap shot. He scores!
Another laser beam by Mike Bossy. Man, he had time, and does he rip it? Take a look. Thomas Johnson spotted Bossy over on the right wing, gave him the puck. Look at the stick bend as it from the top of the faceoff circle. Van Beesbroek is 15 feet out of the net. There shouldn't be enough room there to put a P by him, but Bossy can find spots that no other player. There's the pass by Thomas Johnson. Bossy tees it up, and bang! Into the lower right-hand corner. He fooled Van Beesbroek. 9 times out of 10, players would have gone for the long side. Bossy, of course, exceptional, chose the short side and beat him.
LaRouche carries the puck at center ice. It's 9-2. The Islanders leading the Rangers. Diddick slaps it up the right side. Dwayne Sutter gets knocked down. The long shot off Bill Smith's pad, and it's cleared for Diddick. Potvin finds the right side under the reach of Dwayne Sutter. Johnson and Pearson assisting on the goal by Bossy. And fans will be headed for the record books to check out this score, but the Islanders lead 9-2. Will return to the Coliseum. A Homer series at this point. The Islanders really making sure of it. Bourne raced up. He had Dwayne Sutter with him. He got checked. Here's Potvin. Long pass, tipped by Ruotsalainen into the Rangers zone. Van Beesbrook way out of the net. Patillo got a piece of Dwayne Sutter. And Bourne moves back. Patillo chasing the puck. But Persson moves deeper into his own zone, then gave it to Potvin. Around the boards, Stefan Persson. Up the wing, Dwayne Sutter poked it away from the defense. Back for the Rangers is Huber. Brooks went off his skates right to Johnson. Now to Bourne. Backhands it into the Ranger territory. Still 15 minutes remaining in this third period. The Rangers are down by 7. Willie Huber. Over to Patillo off his skate, and Brent Sutter drops it to Persson. To Sutter. Jump over the center ice stripe. 4 Rangers back. The pass to Pinelli, and they go in offside.
Next week, the Islanders skate into action against 2 of the National Hockey League's best. First, it's a Patrick Division showdown when the Islanders and Capitals bang the boards in a home-and-home series. And then, high-scoring center Dave Andrechuk leads his Buffalo Sabres to the Coliseum ice. It's the Isles and Caps, Tuesday at 7:30 and Friday at 8. Then the Sabres come to town Saturday at 6:30. SportsChannel. We've got Islanders hockey covered.
A big week coming up for you right here on SportsChannel. Johnson back to get the puck. Now the Rangers are called for having iced it. These two teams playing the 4th meeting of the year. They're back here on Thursday, February 7th. That'll be the Rangers' final visit to the Nassau Coliseum, Thursday, February 7th. That'll be the 5th game of a 7-game road trip for the Rangers at that time. They'll have started the trip in Calgary, gone to Edmonton, Vancouver, Los Angeles, then here to Nassau Coliseum, up to Hartford, and down to Philadelphia.
That's covering east and west.
Means it ever. The Islanders and the Rangers meet at Madison Square Garden on Sunday, February 17th, and again on Sunday, March 24th. They're not going to see one another until the 7th of February. The Rangers have to be thankful for that, the way things have gone tonight. Here's Hedberg with her shot. Just wide of Bill Smith. Flatley played it off Brent Sutter, and it bounces into the center ice zone. Hedberg recovered it there. And there's Hedberg, the top plus player on the Rangers last year at plus 18. Ruotsalainen led the defense in the plus-minus at a plus 17. Rogers lost the puck just inside the Islander line. Brent Sutter to Tonelli. Tonelli works his way into the Ranger zone, played it in around Patrick. Dave Maloney came over trying to clear it off the boards. It was held in by Brent Sutter to Tonelli. Now to Bossy. Centered it out in front. The Rangers had a man back. McPhee able to clear it to Rogers. Lane broke that up and dumps it back in over the blue line. That's Rogers. Rogers and Patrick in on the right side. Back to Rogers. Centers one in front. Ended up behind the net as it went off Patrick's stick. The Islanders play it around to the left wing. Rogers gets a stick on it. Don Maloney to Rogers, and he shot it high. Bounced right in front of the net and off Boudelier. Don Maloney goes back to the goal to recover it. Trying to come out in front, put it right on the stick of Gilbert. He tried to hit Ruotsalainen, who was cruising in from the blue line, but now play has been called. Penalty coming up. We'll take a break in the action here with 13 minutes left in period 3.
Penalty at 7:01. Bob Nystrom, we're told, gone for x-rays of the hand. Pat Flatley will join him in there. It's his left hand, and Pat Flatley, I suppose, will make the room a little crowded. He's also gone. Trying to find out what's wrong with both of them.
And LaFontaine is already gone, too. That makes 3, huh?
Oh, that's what I said, but Nystrom and LaFontaine.
Oh, you said Flatley.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, yeah. No,
Okay.
I meant LaFontaine. We saw him go off the ice. He's joining Rob Nystrom to get medical attention.
Meantime, Lane sitting at a roughing penalty, and the Ranger power play moves in, led by Ruotsalainen. Centered it in front. Smith makes the save off Don Maloney and holds on.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the New York Islanders, is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the New York Islanders and SportsChannel is prohibited. Announcers on this telecast are selected by SportsChannel and approved by the New York Islanders. And the reason we read that, of course, is all the guys that own gym mills around Long Island that have all their folks in watching the game. Well, listen, you got to get a hold of Wayne Merrick, get one of those smoke detectors that are not a detector. It's a air cleaner. There we are. Send Wayne around. Right. Otherwise, we'll tell on them for using the pictures and descriptions and accounts of the game.
It was funny. He walked into the dressing room before the game. Butch Goring took a look at him, said, "You in? I'm out."
Yeah, that was good.
The old routine about being in the lineup or out of the lineup. The Islander fans setting up the chant 1940. Last year, the Rangers won the Stanley Cup. The puck is tied up at the Islander bench, and we'll check the Sports Channel out-of-town scoreboard.
Take a look and see what's going on. Second period score, 4-0 Chicago over Hartford. Secord, Fraser, Larmer, and Olchuk. In the second period, Buffalo trails Washington now 2-1. Carpenter and Erickson for Washington. Sealing has scored Buffalo's goal. Steen has scored for Winnipeg. It's in the first period. They lead Toronto 1-0. Second period score, Edmonton, Coffey, and Lindstrom have scored. They lead Vancouver 2-0.
Here's a little teaser for you tonight, Eddie.
Oh, yeah, wonderful. I've 0 for whatever this year.
Who was the last Ranger?
I don't know.
That's what I think you might. The last Ranger to be named to the first-team All-Star in the NHL at the end of the season. Not just the All-Star game, but the last first-team NHL All-Star played for the Rangers.
Rutkalainen from the blue line. His shot deflected wide. McPhee worked it back to the net. Ooh, Patrick tackled by Persson. Got away with it. It cleared in front, and Bourne got a stick on it. Here's Persson. Patrick puts an arm around him. That's tit for tat, huh? Puck is frozen. They'll face off to the right of the net.
Let's see. First All-Star Ranger. The last time a Ranger was chosen as the first All-Star.
Yeah.
Either got to be Hadfield, his 50-plus goals that year. But I don't think Park was the first All-Star. I'll say Hadfield.
Well, you should have gone with Park.
Park, was it?
Yeah, Brad Park in 1973-74. On the defense of the first All-Star team, the last Ranger to be named to a first team, the last Ranger to be named to a second team, Steve Vickers, the left winger, 74-75. Watching the Ranger power play, they trail, and it's only 9-3 now as they get the power play goal from Mike Rogers.
Rogers positioned just out in front and to the right of Billy Smith. Took the pass and shot it immediately. The surprise element, always the best one, even on a power play. There's the clearing pass into the corner to the right. There's a fake. There's the pass. Shot by Rogers. Eluded Billy Smith. That puck could have been deflected by Butch Goring or Dennis Potvin, who were standing nearby. There's the pass. There's the shot. Gets in behind Billy Smith, and it's 9-3.
8:36, the time of the goal. Lane sitting out the roughing penalty when that one went in. Tonelli to Flatley. Got it in wide of John Van Beesbrook. Van Beesbrook replaced Glenn Hanlon at the start of this period. Rossi ripped him with a penalty shot, and there's a rising drive off Gagne's stick. Smith made the save, and the Islanders have cleared it into center ice. McPhee and Patrick assisting on the goal by Rogers. So McPhee picks up a couple more points here tonight. Center, Tonelli had the puck in his skates, couldn't get it to the stick. Rangers into the Islander zone. There's Patillo, checked by Persson, and they've cleared it to center ice. Laidlaw waiting for Nick Patillo to get back on side. Then he ran into a check from Brent Sutter. Sutter gets it to Bossy. Now to Tonelli. Tonelli steps over the line with Johnson 2-on-1. Tonelli shot blocked by Van Beesbrook, and he reaches out to grab it and hold on. 10 minutes, 26 seconds to play in the third period. A break in the action. The Islanders lead the Rangers 9-3.
Kick it, Dad.
The most important lessons are the ones you learn for yourself. In life, you rarely get it right the first time. But each time, you get a little closer.
Their defense. Center ice, broken up, and LaRouche steps into the Islander zone. A pass knocked down by Brian Cloutier. Cloutier had not had a shot on goal in the first two periods, but he picked up something like 3 points. Assisting on goals by Bossy, Woodalier, a couple of others, and the puck just ended up in the arm of Erickson, and there's no further play. Ford Lane turns, fires one, off the skate of Clark Gillies and just wide of Van Beesbrook. In for the puck goes Wayne Sutter. Comes out of the corner with it, then played it to Bourne. Ends up in the left wing boards, and Don Maloney dumps it ahead. Sandstrom checked by Gillies at center ice. Back to Lane. Over to Boudelier. Paul Boudelier fires it into the Ranger territory. Van Beesbrook raises the arm, bouncing out in front. Van Beesbrook cleared that away. Gillies picks it off the left wing boards, trying to get it to the blue line. Now Bourne moves over to help out. Unable to get the puck to Dwayne Sutter, however, and out come the New York Rangers. Don Maloney on left wing. Into the Islanders zone with a pass to Sandstrom. Right back to Maloney to Sandstrom. He's dragged down by Dwayne Sutter. Here's Allison wheeling off the boards. He shoots, he scores! Well, it's now 9-4. And still 8 minutes and 48 seconds left.
Of course, Al Arbor steaming up and down behind the bench, trying to get the troops to rally a little bit, get the puck out of their own end of the ice. Don't let the Rangers get shots away. Islanders, 2 players in pursuit. Neither one of them get the puck. The Rangers do. Turn, hard shot, deflected. That went off Gord Lane's stick to the right of Billy Smith and into the net. Allison's hard shot deflected off Lane's stick and beat Billy Smith. It's now 9-4.
Patillo out on the left side gets checked at the Islander blue line. Here's Patrick. James Patrick waited for his teammates to get back. Now he carries it over the line, but offside. Patillo and Flatley. Now Diddick at the blue line had his shot deflected wide. Here's Brooks. Brooks pass off the stick of Diddick. Hothan takes it deeper into the Islanders zone. Gagne into forecheck. But the play has been called back on an offside.
People still buzzing a little bit. Nick Patillo to it.
Gilbert sets up Trottier, and his shot went off the Ranger defenseman Don Maloney, or Dave Maloney, excuse me. Here's Gilbert with it again, but Trottier fires, and it's blocked by Van Beesbrook. Bossy went after the rebound, comes out of the corner with it. Mike Bossy bothered from behind, put it right through the goal mouth, then was dragged down as well. Play goes on. Don Maloney stick handling into the Islander zone, lost control of it. It's picked up by Sundstrom. Dumps it around the boards, but Bill Smith out of the net, got it to the corner, and Gilbert fires it to center ice. Rail Rutsalainen has it there. Waited for Sundstrom to get back on side. Rutsalainen hits it in off the board. Smith cuts it off for Thomas Johnson. Johnson to Gilbert. Greg Gilbert lugs it into the center ice zone. Over the Ranger line. Shoots it around the boards. Goring chases it with Laidlaw. Wayne Sutter was in forechecking as well, but the puck went to LaRouche. Yeah, LaRouche to the Islander line. Load up by Boudelier, and Gord Lane lost it, fired wide by McPhee. Good scoring for the Islanders. Dumps it back to the net. There's Lane. Tries the left side for Gillies. Now to Goring. It's Goring over to Dwayne Sutter. He's across the Ranger line working on Beck. Centers one to Gillies. He couldn't get it teed up. Sutter puts it out in front again and just out of the reach of Goring. Back comes Hedberg. His pass to McPhee. Broken up at the Islander line and went right back to McPhee. Centers. Dwayne Sutter, and he ran into Rogers. The puck ends up in the center ice zone. Rogers went back. Gave it to Beck. Across to Mike Rogers, and he has to chase it. Just over 6 minutes to play in the third period. Islanders 9, Rangers 4. James Patrick ahead to Hedberg. Pass it goes and dumped into the Islanders zone by Rogers. And Potvin being chased by Patillo. Potvin got away from Patillo, away from Gagne, leaves a 3-on-3 rush. Potvin is over the blue line with a shot off the leg of Huber, but offside is the call. In the meantime, Flatley and Gagne, who were teammates with Team Canada in the Olympics last year, exchanged some words. 5:51 left in the third period. We'll take a break in the action here with the Islanders leading the Rangers 9-4. Here's Pinelli off his stick. Huber works it into the Islanders zone, and Potvin goes back, chased by Gagne as he works his way behind the net, and up the middle it goes to Brent Sutter. Over to Gerald Diddick. Diddick on the right side, bounced it in off the leg of the linesman, and that stung. That's fine. Oh, spin, excuse me. Loose puck picked up by Flatley, gets over the Ranger line, but again, offside, called against the Islanders. We're told that Pat LaFontaine has bruised his right knee. He won't be back. Bob Neisman has gone for x-rays, and you could be here. Bring a group if you're in charge of entertaining your church, office, social group, whatever it may be. Contact the Islander Group sales office at the number you see right now, 516-794-4100, and get into center ice comes Don Maloney for the Rangers. Pearson reached over to knock it away from Allison, and Mike Bossy starts back. He's across the blue line trying to work through the defense. Got checked. The puck went loose. Gilbert leans into his man, and Trottier takes over. Trottier in around the boards, but out of the reach of Mike Bossy. Laidlaw for the Rangers. Out it to the center ice zone. Trottier coming back, broke up the play. Trottier feeds it to left wing. Gilbert chasing it. Greg Gilbert and Ruotsalainen lean into one another, and the puck came right out. What was in any of those things? Oh, we know what comes out of them. Lane leaned into Sundstrom at the blue line, knocking him off the puck, and we watch Boudelier with it behind the net. All Boudelier. Bob Bourne. Out of Wayne Sutter, 2-on-2 with Gillies. Wayne Sutter working on Beck, tries to cut to this left side, and was checked there by James Patrick. Wayne Sutter recovers at center ice. Left side to Bourne. Bob Bourne with a slap shot. Missed on the glove side of Van Beesbrook. There's Boudelier. Centered it in front. Wayne Sutter couldn't get the backhand shot away. A little less than 4 minutes to play. Sundstrom down right wing. Checked as Wayne Sutter caught up with him. Now Patrick over center ice. Ahead to LaRousse. Off his stick. And Dinnick spots it into the center ice zone. Brent Sutter comes off the boards in control of the puck. The pass to Flatley. Flatley, center just out of the reach of Pinelli. And there's Patillo giving it to Pierre LaRousse. Patillo over the line with a shot that hit Dinnick. Leo chases it. Got it to the side of the Islander goal. Pat Flatley with it now. Flatley around to Gerald Dinnick. Dinnick takes a look. Good pass for Brent Sutter. Moves up with Pinelli. Pinelli takes it on the left wing. Moves in deep. Unable to center as it hit Huber. Brent Sutter tied up in the corner. Pinelli digs it loose. Took it loose the second time, then lost it, and Huber laid it off Patillo's stick. Pat Flatley back. Flatley chased into his own zone, got away from Gagne, and fed the puck to Potvin. Potvin over center ice, across the Ranger line. Potvin had to come back into the center ice zone to regain control of it after being checked. Fans calling, we want 10, as the Islanders lead 9-4, and they lost the puck. There's a shot from Brooks. Save by Fitz. Gagne to Pinelli, off his stick, right to Gagne. Gagne trying to move in. Chased to the corner by Potvin. Down. Trottier dug the puck loose. Ryan Trottier to John Pinelli. Up they come, 3-on-2. The pass to Bossy on right wing. Look out, he shoots. Good stop, he scores in the rebound. Bossy and Pinelli team up to make it 10-4.
I think it's going to be John Pinelli getting the goal. The rebound. Bossy is so accurate that the puck rolling, he put it off the goalpost. It looked like it sat right on the goal line. Here's the shot. Van Beesbrook gets it where most wouldn't. And Hanlon didn't. There's the shot. It looked like it sat on the goal line, and then John Pinelli tapped it across, but it may have gone in. Bossy had his arms in the air originally.
Tom Ty is up with the sombrero, ready to throw it on the ice if the goal goes to Bossy. I kind of think it's going to. We don't have the announcement yet. It is a hat trick for Mike Bossy. And the sombrero comes out on the ice as the puck is in the Islander zone. There it is, courtesy of Mr. Ty. Pearson failed to clear it out for the Islanders. Bill Smith back to the net. Puts the puck into the corner. Johnson comes after it. Double team. Thrown up by McPhee. Recovers the puck. Gave it to Pearson. He was checked. McPhee moves in. There's a penalty call coming up here against the New York Islanders. Trottier and Pinelli assisting on Bossy's goal. A break in the action. The Islanders lead 10-4.
The message on the matrix board, of course, Mike Bossy has tied Phil Esposito's NHL record, 32 hat tricks. And he's not finished yet. Don't leave your seats, folks. Still got 1 minute and 40 seconds. He may get a couple more. Well, you have to get 3 more. It's not a double hat trick if he gets 3 more. Standing ovation for Mike Bossy.
The penalty is called on Bill Smith and will be served by Thomas Janssen. Slashing call, Eddie?
Tripping, I believe it was, Jig.
Now the Rangers on a power play here. Dave Maloney centering to Pierre LaRouche, and Smith got a piece of it, and he gets a piece of Don Maloney's shot on the rebound. There's Goring banking it off the board, off the glass at least, and it rolls down into the Ranger zone. It'll be picked up by Dave Maloney.
Last time the Rangers had a power play, they scored on it. That was their first power play goal in 16 attempts.
Did we check, is this the largest margin of victory for the Islanders over the Rangers ever? I don't know where we'd find that. Here's LaRouche with a shot. Smith the save. He looks around and then comes back and covers up the puck.
Goaltenders are so used to seeing the puck in the net that Billy Smith got a piece of it, automatically turned and looked to see if it was in the net. Take a look as the Rangers on a power play. There's the pass. Pierre LaRouche at the top of the slot. Watch Smith look back. He's not sure. Then all of a sudden he spies the puck down on his feet on the top of his shoestrings and hung on.
I told somebody before the game that this would probably end up about 5-2. They could just double it.
Just double it, sure. It's twice as good as you thought, Jig.
Oh, yeah.
Or twice as bad, no matter which way you're looking at it. Somebody's not going to enjoy it.
I knew you'd turn it around. I knew you'd grab that one. 55 seconds remaining here in the third period. The Islanders and the Flyers tomorrow night in Philadelphia. That's on WOR TV at 7 o'clock. Hoffman is just cleared at the length of the ice.
As soon as this game's over, we can bring everybody up to date. The Islander wrap-up show. That game in Philadelphia was tied at last we heard.
Diddick got a piece of his man, knocking him down. And he, this time, put an obvious trip on Rogers and will go to the penalty box. So the Islanders are going to be 2 men short.
Darrell Diddick gets the penalty. There's Rogers as he goes for the puck. Diddick pulls his feet out. Myers he has his arm in the air, signaling a penalty. There they are. Thomas Johnson serving Billy Smith penalty for tripping. And Diddick now gets a tripping penalty. So 28 seconds remain. The Rangers have a 2-man advantage.
Islanders 10 and Rangers 4. They don't meet again until the 7th day of February right here at the Nassau Coliseum. A long time to think about it. Both teams. Gauthier lost the puck. Rogers coming in, went to the forehand, played it to Rutsalainen, and he missed it completely. Gauthier breaks into the clear, pokes it around Patrick. Chases it, Gauthier steps inside, shoots Van Beesbrook, makes the save. And Boudelier, trailing the play, comes up with the puck. Now is tied up on the boards by Patrick. Oh, whistle, my goodness. They let it tick off. Doesn't really matter, does it, folks? There's the horn. The Islanders defeat the Rangers. Final score is 10-4. Rangers have lost 3 in a row. 2 of them this week on the road, and here tonight are embarrassed. The final scores, the New York Islanders 10, the New York Rangers 4. We'll be back with a recap following these messages. In the third period.
Early on in the hockey game, a man who was strong, very strong tonight, the captain, Denny Potvin. Denny, your impressions of the game?
Well, I was thrilled with the way we started. I think that the Rangers' first goal caught us a little bit by surprise. We felt that after our game Thursday night against Minnesota, something like that couldn't happen. But we realized that we were against a strong team, and I think we gained control and confidence just after that and started playing well.
I thought the turnabout, the pivotal point in the game, came early in the second period when Dave Maloney got that goal, put the Rangers back in the game. It certainly wasn't the best of goals, at least from this viewpoint. And the Isles just came back, counterattack, and took the game away from them.
I think we're best when nothing bothers us. And a goal like that, you know, I don't exactly know what happened, but no one is going to put any blame on anyone for a goal like that. And it's nice when you see the bench still alive and not get down or not get upset by something like that. We just went right out as though nothing happened and kept going. And that's when we're at our best, when we just put everything else aside and just concentrate on playing shift after shift.
You have a big fan out there. His name is Bill Mazer, and Bill's always telling me that he likes when you are on the attack and attack, attack, attack. That's the way he likes Denny Potvin. Well, tonight you were doing some attacking you did the other night. Is this going to be, are you going to be doing more of this, or what's going to happen if you do?
Well, I feel very good. I feel very strong, and I find that if I have the opening, I'll go with the puck. Certainly, I think that I have a responsibility to carry the puck or move it out of our zone, whichever I choose and whichever the opportunity presents. But I think once we get across center ice on the blue line, my forwards expect me to move them the puck. But that doesn't mean that I have to drop back on the defensive. I can follow an offensive play up, but I still have to be careful and choose my position, my timing right, or else Algie will be calling me in the office.
We're going to take a look at the goal you scored tonight, Denny, and what I would like is, as the play unfolds, I'd like your eye view of the play.
Well, actually, it was on a power play, and Clark Gillies here at the top of the screen really makes the play. He draws both defensemen towards him. He knows I'm coming wide, and at this point I'm looking for an opening, and you see the pads are wide open, and I went between the legs and deflected off the goaltender's stick and went up in the top of the net. But Clarkie, I think, made the play by drawing both those defensemen towards him. I had just clear daylight, and then I kind of gulped a little bit, finding myself alone, and went in and looked for the opening, and the legs were open, so I was able to put it through.
The legs were open. Now, when you say the legs are open, do you actually think that you can put them through on a play like that rather than throwing it up high?
Well, on that particular goal, I'm not in there that often, but I did realize that he was far back in his net, and I think once the goaltender catches himself deep in his net, he has to cheat a little bit to the corners, and therefore opens up his pads to cover the corners, and that'll obviously leave an opening between the legs, and if I'm fortunate enough to find the opening and then put the puck through there, it's a goal, but if I try and deke the goalie, he's got a definite advantage because he's covering much more ice in the corners, so I just decided to make the easy play, which is just shoot for me, and it's working out all right.
Denny Potvin, he had the perfect blend of offense and defense tonight. Two guys who blend wit and insight, Jiggs and Eddie.
Well, I don't know. All right, Stan. When we come back, Eddie has been watching a couple of particular areas of the game tonight: offensive, defensive, rebounds, quality shots, that type of thing. We'll tell you how much of a bearing that had on this Islander 10-4 win. We'll return to the Coliseum right after these messages.
Of some of the stats that went on in the hockey game, let's take a look. There's the defensive rebounds. The Islanders picked up 23. That's in their own end of the ice when there was a shot at Billy Smith. The rebound, the Islanders got it 23 times. The Rangers, 16. So, you know, of course, they dominated their own end of the ice. But look at this. The offensive rebounds, the Islanders picked up 9, and that resulted in 0 goals for the Rangers. Now, they've got that stat reversed. The Rangers had 9. And the Islanders had 7. So reverse those two numbers as you watch it. The Islanders 7 resulted in 3 goals, and the Rangers 9 resulted in 0. And you know, these are the kinds of little things that are kept, but you know, they can be deceiving. You look at the score 10-4 and some of the stats that go with the game, and they just think, you'd almost think they belong to another game, not this one. But the one stat that did count was the score 10-4.
Did you mention this? Was I
even strength quality shots? Well, it was 2-1. That quality shot thing is an imaginary line from the 2 goalposts out to the face-off dots, and then going straight up towards the blue line to the top of the circles. And they're kind of the quality shot areas. And the Islanders were better than 2-1 in the quality shot stat. They had 23. The Rangers had 11. So, you know, the Islanders did get a lot more of the good type shots than the Rangers, and that's because they dominated the play, particularly in the first 2 periods.
That's what Billy Smith was saying after the victory over Minnesota the other night. The Islanders took the slot away from them, did it again tonight, and as Eddie pointed out earlier, the Islanders took the center ice zone away from the Rangers tonight as well, and they win it 10-4. We'll be back with a look at the National Hockey League scoreboard, some highlights.
Still, he said, the Islanders topped us from the opening whistle. He said they wanted the game more than we did. He said the Islanders dominated in all aspects of the game, goaltending, defense, and offense. He said that we've won with this combination before, but we just weren't ready mentally. He said, I don't want to go over and overreact about it. He says he thinks his team will come out of it. On the other end of the corridor, Al Arbor, he said, what can you say about a game like this? Everything went right. He looked back to a previous game between the teams, and he said, we didn't want to blow this one. He said we kept our composure. He felt that that was significant. He said we're playing much better as a team, and of course he says one of the reasons is Brian Trottier. Michael Bossi, surrounded by newsmen. He tied Phil Esposito's career hat-trick record, and he said, it means something that I'm getting that many goals, but as far as having the record, he says, right now, it doesn't hold any special meaning because that kind of thing will always be broken. But, he added, I'm happy. Guy who wasn't too happy, Dave Maloney, the Ranger defenseman, he said, the Islanders got goals on every shot they took. He said,
we jumpier than a wet frog on a waffle grill. Matt, you nervous about your engagement tonight?
I ain't nervous about nothing. I got everything covered. It's all right.
Well, here's a little something we can just throw away right now.
Wait a minute. That's my address book.
Try it.
Give me that. It's got all the addresses of all the women I've ever dated.
Try it.
And I got to throw it away.
That's right.
Some cookbook.